Welcome back, everybody, to the 2022 EGF High School National Championships at Disney World. In partnership with Intel and Alienware, I'm Nerf, back with Ooble, and this next set is definitely sure to be an interesting one. Let's see what we've got. How are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling like a little bit of a fibber, not gonna lie, because we are branching into the top eight saving all of that for tomorrow. We gotta get a little bit further before we crack that, before we cut off for the day, as it is going to be Hobbs and Honda kicking off for this next set. Honda, a player that has been showcased multiple times in this bracket. I mean, we've seen them play Vega twice, Kashira, and now Hobbs. But Hobbs is flying a little bit under the radar, but they've made their mark for sure. After starting in winners round one, they have found their way through Ranger, the top seed out of a round robin Toad, then also over Polars to get to where he is right now.
Yes, that's exactly right. So there have been some upsets, at least based on seeding, to get to this point. But we do know that Hobbs is one of those great players, has been on the Mario from what I know up till now. So we'll see exactly how that's going to deal with some of what we saw being brought to the table earlier from... Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll just see what happens. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what the matchup is going to be here.
It'll be Wii Fit Trainer against someone,
that's right.
but
That's
that's always going to be a fun time. I'm not. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not exactly sure because, I mean, Hobbs has had his run be largely on. That's not Hobbs, or that's not Honda.
Honda, right? Yeah, I was gonna say
that's Manny.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see. We'll see when we get into it.
Oh, did I look at the clock? Oh, I did. Okay, Hobbs and Honda is going to happen at the next set. The first set we're getting is Memphis and Manny. So
okay, cool.
The two M's before the two H's. But Manny we've seen plenty of times, and Memphis is who I'm unfamiliar with. Manny, who is R.O.B with the counterpick Luigi in his pocket, and Memphis will be. He'll be trying to show off what he's got with the character that is currently unknown.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of Manny just before the break. I mean, Manny was doing a great job edging out the Link that he was fighting then. Now we're going to have to see it versus a Peach. And I believe that in very similar ways, he could potentially be taking this matchup with the same perspective because Peach can be a little bit floaty, but in terms of comparison, right, good projectile, good item play, and knowing how to create your vertical spacing as well as your horizontal, there are a lot of factors at play, and R.O.B is going to be looking to try to keep you as far away from him as possible, given how he is a bit of combo food.
Yeah, the extent rather of Memphis's combo tree is going to be incredibly vital, as we already see him go for some of these really low up airs, which is a good sign. But I don't know if Manny will have the same defensive success, and it'll be, or at the very least, it'll be very different, as Peach is generally a whole lot safer on shield than Link is, with so many of her float cancel aerials in combination with moves like down tilt and her pancaking, to say the least. But the forced air dodge, trying to go to ledge, and was just a little bit, did not have the jump in order to make it there.
Right. I was going to say, must have burned the jump somewhere, and yep, you can see Manny already angling the shield up. A little bit of a refresher from what we saw from him in the last set with him. Memphis is going to be looking for some of these great turnip combos and leading into a nice little down air conversion. I love that we're getting some of these quick clips, but that counter in the most unfortunate way sends to the wrong side, so Manny going to get off scot-free. Still, managing to take some extra damage. These up airs are potent.
And R.O.B's just so big, right? Just being able to float cancel up air, not even when R.O.B is above you, but just when R.O.B's standing on the floor, up air hitting R.O.B because he's just so tall. But again, forcing Memphis off stage and trying to go to ledge and recover low means that's free picking for R.O.B's down air. But you also going low is free pickings for float aerials, floating right by that ledge. And if you miss that tech, you're a goner.
Yeah, I mean, Manny was expecting an aggressive edge guard, but he was not expecting it from that angle. Obviously, going for the up air, trying to poke from below the ledge. Then the back air leads to a techable situation, but you do not follow up with it. So Manny going to be losing that stock. Memphis on the last stock, though, it is a little bit of an uphill battle sometimes, just because R.O.B can be so volatile in some of these scraps.
For sure. And, like, R.O.B has a dead stock. R.O.B has no more stocks. The drift, or maybe maybe the turnip connecting from so far deep, but there was no flash in the blast zone.
Yeah, it would have created a kill screen, I believe, but I mean, he might have just gone to avoid it and gone right into the blast zone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe he got a little bit too fancy with his movement. A B reverse gyro sending him straight across that non-finish line. That's quite the shame, but it does showcase just how good Peach can be at harassing people off stage without needing to commit too far. I mean, we saw the floating by ledge as you would expect, but also just chucking turnips and getting the chance to pull multiple turnips can be so devastating because you get to fish for those dot eyes, the stitch faces, or even a bomb.
Yeah, and so far, no such luck, right? Like, not the good RNG that you're hoping to get. Hopefully in Game 2, you're able to get something here. Yeah, we got something, but it just does not connect, unable to be utilized. The back air won't do it, even on Town and City. 153, not dying off the side. This is a little bit of an unusual situation, but we did see Manny doing a great job bringing it to this stage in his earlier set. He seems to be a comfort pick here to go to Town and City, and I want to see exactly where this edge guard leads, because Manny kind of forces the reversal. I mean, as you can see, Memphis tried to get that edge guard, and only when Manny got back was there a second chance for it. That almost allowed Manny to get back, but Memphis, I'm glad that he was able to pull the trigger. Now the lead is his.
The lead is massively so Nerf. Just being able to pull off multiple different turnip combos and finding the proper extenders has been a hit or miss emphasis for Memphis, because they'll miss down tilts, but they'll still connect off of forward airs. Frame trapping with these up airs, whether it be a true combo or not, it is still a string with a lot of proper coverage, and it is a good show of Memphis's raw advantage state rather than just a combo state.
Right,
This is a very important distinction.
For sure, and surviving in disadvantage state is also really good. The mash out of the berries has been good. The air dodge to avoid some of these punishes and keeping your 3-stock lead, even being able to squeak by situations that should not be going your way. This one is going to do it, but even then, it looked a little closer than it should be. This shield pressure is starting to be really good. I want to see if we can get Memphis to do some like mix-ups on where he's poking the shield, right? Like going for a down tilt or a down smash when Manny's expecting to have to angle it up could be a really good way to do something here, but he might not get the chance right now. This edge guard is, or at least it was, Manny's.
Yeah, that was a huge sequence for Manny, just being able to turn the game from a 2-stock deficit to potentially now a going down to even stocks, especially with that down smash not quite doing it, the laser follow-up, the gyro toss, all of the evasion coming out from Memphis, using that float at just the right times on top of some solid DI. Man, Memphis is just doing such a good job of kind of anticipating how Manny wants to get their kills, but these down smashes and the continuous pressure from Manny closes out the stock and nets them into cheesable range.
Yeah, cheesable range is definitely a good way to describe it. And looking for some of these big, laggier moves just to try to break the rhythm, the momentum that Memphis is trying to establish here. Getting almost the turnip snipe and wants to go throw up to see if it's going to work. No, you're not going to get the counter either. But the crown gives you the crown in the game, and you are 1-0 right now.
That's
2-0. 2-0, sorry.
Yeah, that's a couple scrambly games coming down to a bit of a toss-up, but Manny has held their Manny has held their ground, but Memphis has just edged out twice over with some, whether it be an unfortunate SD in game 1, but that game 2 is definitely solidly in their control. They played the stage game so well at the end because that was their win condition. The swap over to the Daisy means literally nothing, but it does raise the argument of Peach or Daisy.
Right, if he wins here, clearly Daisy is the favorite. I do not know. I mean, again, both of these characters are the exact same, but it's a symbolic thing sometimes for people. And maybe getting yourself in that mental game, you know, you are down 0, or you're up 2-0. You're able to really sort of show your opponent that you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm here to mix you. Whether it be changing characters or changing playstyles, like, it does not matter. I'm gonna try and augment my playstyle. I'm not going to augment my playstyle. I'm just gonna try and see if I can just do the things I want to do. But doing those things often meets you with a R.O.B back air. Good drift in order to avoid down air. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, very good snap. I mean, that should have been in the bag for Manny. As is this. We're finally clipping with the last hit of the side B, and that's going to be a nice little way to get yourself back in this one. A lead that you can hang on to, at least for now, but not for long.
Yeah, only the 12% from Gyro. You're taking that to the bank when Peach / Daisy with turnip in hand is something else, because now you've taken away one of their most damning weaknesses, which being range, and you turn that into a frame 3 item toss. It's like, oh god.
Right. Forces the extra resource out, but unable to seal the deal. Yet again, Manny able to get by and retake stage control. That could be interesting, but the platform actually might throw a wrench into the whole situation. Still looking for that up air. It is not going to kill just yet. Looking for a second. It will not connect. That's going to do it, though. Finally, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're going to keep throwing it out, you might as well connect with it, get the stock. And yeah, the shield wiggle, you know it. Manny going to have to at least create some distance between himself and Memphis to win this game.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. The up throw on the platform leading straight into the forward air. I feel like moves like forward air are so important in this matchup. As you were mentioning, Nerf, Peach, one of those extremely floaty characters. So a air-to-air that you can use at frame 6 timing just to swap an opponent away, or to extend a string or even an edge guard, is such a boon to R.O.B's kit, especially since it is full of moves that do take a little bit of time to come out. But wow, look at that combo coming out from Memphis, able to even things up just right away with some of these back airs, down tilt conversions, and the like. Everything comes together at low %, but can they find an early kill?
Bounces on the umbrella, and that is just a little bit cheeky. I like it, though. Gonna be able to poke below the ledge. Another cheeky move. It seems like Manny just trying to phone this one in with the berry. It's not gonna get the connection necessary to find the stock. It does look like the edge guard isn't over, though, so there is a second chance. Not going to get anything except a jump for that one.
Oh, trying to cover roll 3 times over, though, and that time Memphis just does neutral get up in order to get their own ledge trap. Looking for the high recovery, dropping back air, but nothing lands. Nothing connects on either side. The neutral air. Neutral air will start killing relatively soon. But grabs the ledge before the forward air can come out. Doesn't contest the drift.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's crazy. So the Nair of all things, catching the aerial Peach. You catch her in the air, and all of a sudden, you create a no-fly zone with one of those big moves. That is going to set the standard, win you the game, and also kind of make your opponent think a little bit harder before they go for that in the next one.
Yeah, it just scales just enough, right? It's one of those moves that you're like, yeah, I'm not expecting to take stocks with Nair,
right,
because you're trying to either get it to set up for a conversion or just play neutral. But the fact that it does kill, eventually it scales with knockback enough, is just kind of nice.
Yeah.
We also established the debate, Daisy is inferior to Peach.
There you go. I mean, I guess so.
The answer is
yeah, we're going right back to Peach, and going to PS2 as well. So this is one of those where, yeah, of course, you want to be able to have the longer stage. For at least for both of them, the turnips have been a good approach tool, and they will continue to be. But right now, it's the edge guard that you're unable to get. Manny at 140, able to get a quick little string of percents here.
Yeah, the damage has been flowing. Like, there has been no shortage of that in any amount. It's been stocks. It's whether it be edge guards or converting into kills with back air or up air or something. Manny's just been doing a good job of forcing his DI, forcing Memphis to react to the DI that leads to longer stocks and thus longer games.
Okay.
160 now.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising to go for the aggressive side B, but a good mix-up to call Manny out. Now Memphis, where you going? Okay, I was gonna say don't go crazy right now. You do want to bait Manny into an aggressive option there. He's getting desperate for the kill. You had a good interaction, but he wasn't able to get the stock off of the last one, so he is a little bit hungry for this kill here. So he's gonna be continuing to set up one of these edge guards. It's been 50-50 though. He has not been as secure and accurate in his edge guards as you perhaps need to be against Peach.
It's so tough when Peach has, when Peach float is just such a frustrating thing to approach, especially even off stage. It creates a almost devious level of mix-up, but and pressure. But the neutral air, it does the job at the very end of the day, and Manny doing a solid enough job of adapting to the point where it's like, hey, I'm going to be living to some pretty extreme percents here, so might as well just play the control kind of game, as he was forced into block and gets the stitch that's immediately thrown away.
Yeah, tried to catch it as a sort of two-frame option, but you just missed the timing barely, and unfortunately that resource, I feel like it would have been served to go for an up throw and maybe use that as some insurance on the way back down. However, we are going to get a footstool. It doesn't lead to anything. I'm going to start calling that down air, the walking in Memphis, because he is absolutely throwing it out right now.
It's so good, right? Like, you're just able to drift on shield, drift away out of shield grab range, turn that into a back air, turn that into a very well-spaced forward air. Pancake underneath the turnip toss. Yeah, don't think I didn't see that.
Good stuff. Rob crouch, kind of wild.
Oh, no, that was the Peach crouch.
I'm sorry, the Peach crouch. Peach crouch, yeah.
Yeah, Rob tries.
He tries.
As Memphis tries, Manny has tried to survive so many of this offensive onslaught, but Rob's huge body in combination with Memphis's adeptness at covering a lot of space and covering a lot of options with a combination of float, turnips, and plenty of aerials results in a 3-1 victory for the Peach main.
Yeah, so it was interesting. We saw game 4, kind of become a little bit more one-sided than game 3 was. It seemed like the counter pick was working for Manny, but once he was unable to secure that, Memphis just continued to press the advantage so well. That game 4 started off with a very strong lead, so he was able to just kind of coast on that, and that really is what it has to come down to, especially when you're playing as Peach and against Rob, because Rob will try to force and wrest control back from you, but you cannot do that. You gotta plant your feet, or at least in Peach's case, don't plant your feet, go well to the skies and deal with that. So the next one is going